All right, we're here with Chase Coleman, who has been living here in the city for how long, and how long have you been here pursuing your dream?
Been here about 6 years in May.
And where did you go to school?
I'm from Monroe, Louisiana. Went to school at the University of Louisiana, Monroe. Hopefully you can hear me.
Yeah.
Went 3 years in studying business marketing. I moved here my junior year in 2006 when I was 21. Been here 6 years. Worked on a lot of awesome TV and film projects, like a film called New York City Serenade, One Life to Live for quite a few months. Was guest star in The Good Wife, was on Law and Order, Gossip Girl, Kings, Boardwalk Empire, and most recently I just booked a role in a pilot called The Americans, which is going to be a lot of fun.
So you've had a wide variety of film and TV roles. Have you ever done anything on stage?
I've done 2 projects on stage. One was an off-Broadway play called My Big Gay Italian Wedding. That closed last year. And then I just finished another off-Broadway play called Four Dogs and a Bone, which was directed by the amazing Jennifer Gelfer, who's also the director of In Between Men, which is a very, very, very awesome and high-profile web series I'm involved with. You should definitely check out InBetweenMen.com.
Okay.
We're doing a season 2 of that soon.
And you were in the first season of that as well?
I was in the first season, and we were doing a season 2, which is going to be even more than the first season, longer, bigger episodes, and much more to come. Very, very high quality, great TV series.
How do you feel as an actor going in that direction? Web is the way to go, it seems like these days.
Web series?
Yeah, web series.
I'm working with a friend of mine about another web series as well that I'm also kind of co-writing and producing with him. I mean, honestly, eventually TV series are all going to end up, it's all going to go online anyway. Like, TV is being integrated into the internet, obviously. And eventually it's not going to be any different. You know, they're going to have to turn into newer forms of, like you see, the whole Netflix phenomenon, the whole Hulu phenomenon. That's how it's really, that's where we're going. So I think web series are going to become TV series, and TV series are going to become web series. It's all going to be the same, all online, eventually.
How difficult it was for you to adapt to the difference in, is there really a difference in acting for a web series than a television series? Not really, right?
Not a bit.
Yeah. And can you be a little looser since you're doing it for yourself in terms of like it's your project?
Oh, you're talking about, well, the other web series is called Loner. But that's still majorly in the works. I mean, I've got a lot of creativity with that because, I'm creating the character from scratch with Guy Shahar, a good friend of mine. So I guess creatively, it can be much looser depending on where we want to go with it. We both see very eye to eye on what we want with the series, so very much,
And in terms of your theater roles, do you enjoy doing one more than the other? Do you enjoy being in front of the live audience, the immediate feedback, or?
I think I much more prefer TV and film.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't know, I feel like, the medium of film and TV, you can have a much wider audience, you can disperse that globally. Theater, it's a local thing. Now, you get a whole different experience, with theater. I mean, you go in there and you can have moment to moment fresh each night, you can go through moment to moment and have that fresh and do it different each night. But with TV and film, you do it a couple of times per take and then you're done forever.
Yeah.
It all depends.
Is there a role that you haven't gotten to play yet that you are just chomping at the bit to do?
There's plenty.
Yeah.
I'm really all about those against type, dark character-y roles, you just do dark, gritty, bad guy type, right?
Yeah.
Just, shave the hair and tat it up and just be a monster. I don't know why it's so attractive to me.
Yeah.
Plenty of them.
You're going to be writing that into your web series, maybe.
Loner is kind of like that in a way. I'm not going to shave my head.
Yeah, no.
Probably not going to be all tatted up. Maybe a tatter here. Maybe have some tats, but he's not a nice guy. He's not as the typical good guy. He's a guy who's definitely more bad than good. But he's our protagonist in the story.
Now, a lot of actors enjoy that more, kind of digging into the kind of the bad type characters. Yeah. So that's more creatively fulfilling for you as well. Yeah. Now, what advice would you give to somebody who's just starting out? You've been around for 6 years. You've done a variety of different projects. You've played a variety of characters. What advice would you give to somebody just starting out?
No matter what anybody says, get into an acting class. Always stay in a class. You always have to be exercising your muscle of acting. It's just like you're an athlete. You're an emotional athlete, as Al Pacino would say. I mean, we always have to be exercising our muscle, which is acting. If you're not acting, then what are you doing? You're getting out of shape, you know? I mean, everybody has different opinions on it, but that's my strong opinion on it. You also gotta stay out there. You gotta stay busy. You gotta stay busy in your craft. Always look at creating and doing something. I mean, because it's gonna do this. You're gonna have the ups and downs, more downs than ups, and it's gonna be really, really easy to get depressed. And you're gonna hate doing this, and you're gonna question. You're gonna be like, what if? What am I doing with my life? But then when you have the ups, that's when it just makes it all worthwhile. You just gotta keep going. You know, gotta keep going. Gotta fight in the fire. Gotta fight in the fire.
What are things you do for yourself to keep your creative drive going and your passion going?
I stay in acting class, and the characters that I just talked about that I really want to do for real, do them in class. I do everything I want to do in class. I direct scenes in class. I write and put scenes up in class. You know, I mean, I directed, wrote, and starred in a film that I did, a short film. It's called Into the Rose Garden. We just actually finished production on it about a month ago. It's officially finished. I'm submitting it at the festivals and stuff right now. You know, as a director, writer, producer, and actor. And that's what I'm talking about. It's like when you really want to create something and do something, you just don't be afraid to do it. You just go out there and you just do it. You know, you just write it, or you act it, or you get with your friends and you make something happen. That's what it's all about these days. You know.
Yeah.
You have the possibilities of doing it, like with YouTube and Vimeo and the way things are. You can put anything you want out there. You know, for people to see. Just get your creative outlet. You know? Just find your creative outlet and just keep going.
And what advice do you have to somebody who is looking to get their equity card, or somebody who's doing off-Broadway theater that's not paying, and they're really looking to make that transition over into equity or not?
I've got a lot more experience in the film and TV than the theater.
Yeah.
I mean, with the theater, it's a whole different. I feel that it's a different world. I think that it's good to get your equity card when you can. Because then you can do the open equity castings, and you have different things you can get as an equity member that you cannot as non-equity. Now, talking about film and TV, I would say the opposite. I would say stay out of the union as long as you can, work as much non-union work as you possibly can, and then when you have to join, you should join. Don't join before. Because if you join before and you don't have a lot of experience and you don't have a lot of credits to your name, it's going to be a lot harder to really break in there and get the good stuff. Because the people that are in the union are the ones that have been doing it, for however long. The ones that are out most of the time are the ones that have not. It's a completely different ocean.
Cool. Thank you so much. You're giving a lot of great advice, and we look forward to seeing you in all your future roles.